Hey guys, let me quickly take you through my mage build and explain how I build my DPS mage bit by bit. So I'm going to start with the helm. So on the helm you see there's a stat here called Reckless Abandon. Reckless Abandon allows you to gain 25% AP for 6 seconds when you use an ability. There's a 1 in 12 chance of it proccing, but because of the amount of skills that you're firing as a mage, the frequency that you're firing skills, it procs quite often. Reckless Abandon's super powerful, very, very good. As you can see, I've got a Mighty on here, which increases attack. Attack is the main stat that you would want to increase on your mage, DPS mage. So yeah, you want to get attack on as many pieces as you can. For example, on my weapon, I've got Brutal, Mighty, Ferocious on the 3 bottom stats here. So you can see that I'm stacking attack quite heavily there. But yeah, stack as much attack as you can. So that's helm anyway, and general attack stacking. Then also on your chest piece, there is a skill called Avatar that you can get. Avatar will increase your primary stats by 100. Actually, it increases your main primary stat by 100 when you use your ultimate ability. That's really powerful because on a stagger, you use your ultimate ability and then you've got 100 extra stat to handle the boss and deal more damage, basically. Then on legs, I use flow state. The reason for that is because more resource gain means more mana, which means more faster DPS, more lightning strikes, and it can really make a big difference. Then on my gloves, I use burst of energy. So that's when throwing a projectile, you gain 10% resources with a 10-second cooldown. Again, it's another mana regen piece, but this is only when I throw my fireball. I use essence flow on as many items as I can, by the way. So you can see there's an essence flow on here, which increases resource regeneration by 7. It doesn't work in the way you'd expect. So I stack 2 or 3 of them. So I've got 1 on my hands, and then I've got 1 on my weapon here. And it makes a big difference. Once you have 2, you can really feel it. So I'd say make sure you get that resource regen. Really, really powerful as well. Again, you can see I've tried to stack attack on it. I've got Brutal and Mighty on this one. Then on my boots, I have Gladiator. Now the reason for this is mainly survivability, but also because there's not much better on boots you can get. When using a teleport skill, heal for 50% of your AP. It's got a 14-second cooldown. So basically every 14 seconds I can heal myself for 50% of my AP. I'll show you how powerful that is in a second. Then on your weapons, really it's not a big deal as a DPS mage. The most important thing is that you get your primary stat and damage as high as you can on your weapons. You make sure you enhance them if you have the legendary. Make sure that you try to get essence flow if you can. Essence flow is, again, like just having more and more essence flow really helps. And also try and get as much attack as you can as well, right? So I've got attack on here as well. Cool, so that covers like my usual setup. However, there are alternatives that you can do. For example, this helm here, I've got Essence Flow and Moment of Clarity. So again, I can stack Essence Flow harder on here if I want a more purist mana regen build. I can switch the helmets and I'll have much more resource regen with that 1 in 12 chance of 20% resource on Moment of Clarity, and then increasing resource regeneration by 7 extra again with Essence Flow here. Then if you want more survivability, there is Defiant. Defiant's pretty good for that. Yeah, so if you wanted more survivability, you'd switch your pants out so that you've got like a Defiant. Pants sound so weird being a Brit, but yeah, anyway, you'd switch them out so that you've got Defiant. And that means if you watch this, you watch my bar here, you'll see like because I've got Defiant and I've got Gladiator, I will double heal when I teleport now. Which if you look, so now two heals come up. That's really awesome because it basically gets you back to full health if you've been taken down quite low. So this can be quite useful as well. I personally go a bit more glass cannony though, and I just like move some of that off. Cool. The other thing, what was the other thing I was gonna show? I think that covers it. To be honest, I think that covers it. Yeah. And so, oh yeah, you can use Vampiric Sting as well on your legs. That was what I was going to show. So Vampiric Sting, it will heal you if you do a critical strike. So potentially that could be better if you get that on your legs as well. The other thing I also wanted to show you was my Godstone setup. So let's look at Planner Traveler. So my Planner Traveler has Inspiration, which will allow you to gain 50% resources over 10 seconds after using the ability. So that means that you basically can get crazy mana regen by teleporting, which is great. Then also I use Quick Wit. That decreases the cooldown of this ability by 20% if you've got it tier 5. I think with Quick Wit, that's pretty much all you need. Like, you can get a rare Planner Traveler and it'll do the job, right? So you need Inspiration, Quick Wit, and then your Planner Traveler's kind of kitted out. So you get a rare Planner Traveler, get Inspiration, get Quick Wit, and then that's the best. Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike, I use Lightning Strikes twice. That's because there's a 1 in 5 chance to double cast Lightning Strike. That's pretty much all that's important on Lightning Strike. Again, you can just use a rare one. You don't need like an epic or anything. Chilling Loop is a great one. I use Firebrand on that. I use Quick Wit on that. I tried to get that to tier 5. It's tier 4, you know. That's just how it goes, right? So I've got a rare one, but you might be better off with an epic one if you want to get tier 5 on Quick Wit. Magma Orb. I'm using Plasma Orb, which burns for an extra 120% AP damage over 6 seconds. So quite a nice one. And then Armageddon, I'm using Extinction Event. Let me just switch this because it's getting a bit low into the ground here. Yeah, Extinction Event, which will get you an extra AP boost as soon as you pop your Armageddon orbs. What I tend to do with this, instead of throwing the balls, you can just get close to the boss, and you can drop them on the boss when you're close by them. And so that covers Armageddon, and then Searing Shot. Searing Shot, I use Firebrands, deals 6% AP damage over 6 seconds, and that's pretty much all you need on Searing Shot, you know. Like, not much more. And that's my setup. That's my setup. If you combine this with a little bit of health regen for survivability, then you'll be in a much better place in raids like TK. And that concludes my guide to EM DPS. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, if you want endgame raids, you can join Herbatactus community. I will put a link to the Discord in the video, so you can join a Discord there and join us for raids. We like to help other players like learn encounters. So if you're serious about endgame and you just hit, even if you just hit level 40 and you've just got your, well, not just hit level 40, but you just got your level 50 item level 50 gear, and you want to come do TK raids, feel free to come and join us as well. Yeah. So what else? Oh yeah, if you want to optimize your gear for anything else, you can use our gear optimizer tool on herbatactus.com/optimizer. Also like and subscribe. Lol. Thanks very much.